Thanks for coming back to Heart to Rope. And today I have a special guest. It's my mom. And I thought it'd be fun for her to see me riding with my dog who seems to be in the way all the time. I'm always yelling at her to get back. Mom, welcome to Heart to Rope. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing really good. Enjoy being here with you. Envious of the way you get on your horses because I didn't ever have the long legs to be able to get on a horse like you do.
Well, I can get on easier when I was little versus now I have to help my left leg up and my mare bumps me, Mom, so I have to put my elbow out because I have to watch her.
Well, there's nothing the matter with that. I mean, you're continually learning, and these horses are continually teaching us stuff. And I notice a lot of people ride an awful lot with their elbows. And are you conscious of it right now while you're riding around, or?
I just first got on her. She hadn't been rode in 2 days. It's been raining down here, and she's got a little hump in her back. So I kind of have to ride her out because you can feel her not being smooth.
Okay. And it's good that you keep your elbows your elbows seem to help people bounce, and they seem to stick their elbows out. I don't understand that. But you're handling it really good, I think. And she's, you can tell she doesn't want to stay she's doing better. She's wanting to. Does she have any problems with her lead when she's going in a circle?
No, she doesn't. And this is her kind of one, like if I let her go, she's going to crow hop with me. So I'm keeping her
I get that.
gathered.
Is she good on both sides, left and right?
Yeah,
okay.
She is. She really is. And she does. She'll smooth out here in a little bit. I also lengthened my stirrups a notch, Mom. I was roping with a friend outside of town. He had calves. And one recommendation he gave me was lengthen your stirrups up so you're sitting more in your saddle.
Now tell me something. With your weight, I know you're trying to lose it. Does the weight, you feel like the weight bothers you when you're roping more so than if you were in? Have you compensated, I guess that's the right word, for being overweight, since you've not always been overweight? You've had to deal with it since you started riding again. How has that made you compensate for the way you rope? Have you changed anything?
I'm more hesitant riding. I'm not as much of a confident rider as I was before. That so changed my balance and my strength. I don't feel like I can ride as good as I did when I was younger.
Okay, I understand that completely. I fight that all the time. What did you end up having to get a bigger saddle, or you haven't gotten to the point where you need a different saddle?
I always rode a 14 or a 14 and a half inch seat, so I'm in the same size of saddle. If I get any bigger, I'd have to get a bigger saddle, but luckily, I'll be watching what I'm eating and exercising more, and hopefully I'll get better control of that. That's cool. Definitely something I need to think about, though. Yeah.
How about saddle fit? Do you like your saddle? I mean, does she high withered? Is she round withered? You look comfortable in this particular saddle. I know you have others, but you look real comfortable in this saddle.
Interesting question, because I've got that calf roping saddle, so the front of the saddle is down lower, and I've got a team roping saddle where the front is up higher. It holds you in more. So both saddles feel comfortable. One I have more security in. I don't feel like I'm going to fall out of it, and that's that team roping saddle. But also she's got pretty round withers, so she's not a horse with high withers where it seems to irritate her, which is a great thing.
What your hands are, you've always had light hands. Sometimes that's not worked so well for you. But as getting a horse, and how are you right now trying to get a light feel on her?
Yes, keeping her nose so she knows to give to me. Not always just to back up, but just mainly to give, that she's got that light pressure. So when I'm roping, she's in my hands. She's not doing her own thing. I always want her with me doing what I'm doing. And so getting a feel, in my thinking, just that way to get her gathered up and in my hands, if that helps describe that.
When you ride her, do you ride her with your legs any, or and do you ride with your heels down, or do you just ride kind of level and use your legs to bend her or squeeze, or how do you use your legs on her?
That's something I'm always working on, especially if I'm not in the arena roping. I go back and, like today, loping lots of circles on her, trying to push my heels down and trying to squeeze with my legs around her gently. If I need her to move outside of the circle, I should be pushing with my inside leg. And you'll see, like when I come past that tree, I'm really trying to move her over more sometimes to get her that bend and to push out, not to pull her shoulder in or her body in. So I'll move her back out.
Well, do you wear spurs when you're breakawaying or when you're team roping?
I'm not one for wearing spurs. I know you gave me those little bumper spurs, and I did put those on her because with heading, I do need her to pull those steers, and that's something new to her. She's not used to pulling. So we're learning.
Yeah, okay.
It's nice to have you as part of the video. I was reminiscing, like it's been a year since I did these videos, and I'm back at it. And somebody who I've always gone to look towards how do I ride better, how do I get my hands better, my seat better, are my parents, and especially my mom. And poor mom was always the one who'd get on the horse and show me literally how to do something, and she was always really good to show me, because sometimes talking through it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Mom, does that how you remember it?
Yes, I always was critiquing somebody watching you ride, and I'm bad at telling somebody how to do it and not realizing that what was going on with them and their horse was completely different than what I was seeing on the ground. So it was always good to get another point of view and find out what was really going on.
Who did you mimic your riding after? How did you want to ride like? Who did you look up to?
What year do you want me to go to? How far back do you want me to go?
When you met Dad.
When I was a girl, my grandmother was my idol as far as riding. She was so good. My mother was good, but she didn't do it when she got older. I rode with my grandmother up until probably 16, 17 years old. She was a very special lady. As I got with your dad through school and everything, I really got into some people that I barrel raced with, and I admired the way they rode their horses, the way their horses act, that kind of thing. Back then, it wasn't such a big deal as it is today, and people just rode horses. And I don't know, there were people that were breaking into that nice feel on your horses and the light hands and the light legs, and that's always been very important to me, not to get so much into horses' mouths. I've made my mistakes and hopefully learned a little bit.
You mentioned something to me when we were talking before we got on here about you college rodeoing. like back in 1968 at Casper College. And did they have breakaway then?
No, they didn't have breakaway. We goat tied, we ribbon roped, and that's what we had at that time. I don't even know when breakaway came into being. We just didn't have it then.
That amazes me with how big it is now. Tell me more about when you started roping more, because I know you healed. You won some buckles healing.
Your dad got me to healing. I didn't want a head, and he told me, that's probably what I should be doing. He's such a good healer, and I didn't want a head. It kind of freaked me out, and getting my dally, oh my goodness. But he finally sat me and let me start healing, and I seemed to just really enjoy it, and I really didn't do that much. Probably when we moved to Montana with more heading and everything like that, but oh gosh, I've been doing it for probably 20 years, I suppose.
You got me into roping. Were you excited that I was roping in college?
I think I was excited that you were into anything horse related. I wanted you to be into horses, and I wanted it to be something you could carry through until you got older. Just enjoy that horse.
Any other comments about roping you'd like to add?
I think it's invaluable. I think it's something that people probably don't put enough value in it. I love the girls' breakaway, and now that is so open to so many avenues to be able to breakaway rope. There are so many people who can do it that for girls especially, it's a godsend. And that and barrels, they're both special to me, so I enjoy it both, and I love the popularity of breakaway roping right now. It's invaluable.
Thanks for joining me today, and we'll catch you all soon on the next Heart to Rope. Thanks.